What's up everybody, Gundam Flexing here, and in this video we're going to be checking out the high-grade mechanics RX-78GP03 Dendrobium. This model came out in 2001 and could cost you roughly around $10 to $15. Now again, this is part of the high-grade mechanics series, which features all the mobile armors in Stardust Memory, and it is the top gun of all Gundam shows. The model size is roughly around 1 to 500. The first one that I built was the high-grade mechanics Bow Wow Low, and I didn't really enjoy that one as much. It was very plain. To me, it felt like I was making a giant crab. And the new ZL, I remember that there were quite a bit of fragile pieces in it, and I think a couple of them snapped, and it really turned me off from the model. But the Dendrobium is by far the best one. If you wanted to elevate your game, you definitely could, because this has a lot of even and flat surfaces where you could practice your scribing, or it also has a lot of opportunities for you to panel line as well. So without further ado, before we check out the model we see in front of us, we're going to check out all the extra pieces on the right side of the screen. And coming up first is the Gerbra Tetra. Now this guy, just like the RX-78, which is in the model right now in the cockpit, you have to paint. But it is really impressive despite its size right here. It's incredibly detailed and very easy to build. It also comes with its own little stand. Each limb is its own piece. And as a pro tip, I would definitely recommend using the cement when you build him, just in case, in order to solidify all the pieces into one place. This is a static model, which is still pretty cool though. And here is a fan, and as you noticed, I still have all the nubs on the side. This fan is interchangeable with the fan that's currently on the model, and as you could tell, this fan here is open and you can see all the vents, and this fan here is closed. As you can see, there's not any vents. They're interchangeable, and I kept all the nubs on here because I'm definitely not going to use it. Here's a very small relevant piece right here. It is the cover that goes underneath the model to where the stand is slotted. So in order to put in the stand, you actually have to remove this piece. It's very irrelevant. I would highly recommend you use the model and put it on a stand as it's intended. And of course, we have two pieces right here, all identical, very simple pieces. They are basically the left and right piece. You slap it together, and here is the claw retracted. So if you wanted to, you could get rid of the claw and just use this small piece right here to show that it's been retracted. Very easy to install, very easy to interchange. And now on to the model itself. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, you have a lot of opportunities to scribe and elevate your game. Specifically, I meant the missile pod area at the top where it's flat and even. You notice here, you have 4 doors open to the missile pods, and these doors right now are open, but if you wanted to, if I could do it carefully, you could also close these doors by removing these pieces right here. So just like that, and you could close the missile play doors like that. And of course, this is the piece that's used to hold up each of the 4 doors. And if you did not want to use the pieces here, and instead you wanted to display your model with like a closed door type, you're able to mount everything at the bottom of the stand. You just slide it in, which is really cool because instead of having all these extra pieces in a box just jumbling around where you might lose it, it just simply go underneath the stand. Here again is the missile pods right there, and they're pretty you could definitely paint each of the missile pods if you wanted to. Now next is his Mega Beam particle cannon, which is this elongated piece here. And despite its complexity, it's actually pretty much just 2 pieces. You just slap it together and you just mount it underneath. Now this is pretty cool because it also comes with like a heads-up display for your RX-78. Now if we talk about your RX-78 right there, he's only in one position, and that's like the only position he could fit in the cockpit, so that's where he belongs. I would try to take them out, but this heads-up display from the Mega Beam Cannon does interfere. So whenever you do want to slide them in and slide them out, you're going to have to take that off as well. But the good news is that once you put him in there, he fits very well. And of course, we just took a look at the turbines at the side and the interchangeable piece right there. If I may, very carefully, we will look at his claws. Now these are his claws. I'm going to try to put him on his side. Like this. His claws are movable, so you could do like left and right, up and down right here. If I could try to take it off without damaging the piece or the model, you could probably take a better look at it. But of course, he is in there like that. Okay, so again, this is his claw. He could twist left and right, up and down, and he also has a collapsible claw as well. Now those pieces that fell off, this is it. This is his beam saber right here, very long. And of course, it'll go into his claw like this, in this little slot right here, and it goes in. Now, as you just saw, it's very easy to knock these pieces out of the way. Doesn't take much effort because it's just this small slot that goes into the claw like that, and it doesn't fit super tight. And I'm a little bit hesitant to use cement because it's something that I may want to take off in the future. As you also notice, inside the claw there is a beam saber handle. Now sometimes it's difficult to pull out, sometimes it's not, but this is it right here. It's just a single piece. You slide it into the slot, you push it in, and then you're good to go. And everything that's mentioning right here is exactly the same on his right claw as well. And if we look at the back of the model, these are all his cool looking thrusters right here. He has a total of 6, and pretty much this guy's only color is white, and then of course then you have the gray. Now each of his tails are static and they do not move, which is pretty cool, and at the same time it's a little bit weird that you can't just like bend it up and down or whatever, which is fine because the high grade mechanics is really just for a static type pose here. And of course we have the bottom of the high grade mechanics with his stand. Now the good part is that the stand fits very well, as you can see here. I don't want to tug too hard on it in fear I might break something, but just trying to wiggle it out here, right there. So this is the slot that it fits into, and this is the top of the stand. As you can see right here, it looks like the stand is supposed to slide into position. I can't seem to make it do it, and I don't think the instructions has like really told you that, but that's what it looks like. Regardless, this is the stand. It fits well, but to me it's very short off the ground. If it was up to me, I'd probably put it a tad bit higher, and I think it would be able to hold it because it's just simply a one-piece stand. And it's very sturdy and very strong. Oh yes, this is the stand. That's the model. Very easy. And if we wanted to, we'd be able to put the retracted claw into it, just like this. Boom, you fit it in, and this is what it'll look like. Like that. And of course, everything is interchangeable. So if you wanted one claw in, one claw out, you could definitely do that. If you wanted one beam saber in, one beam saber out, you could definitely do that as well. One thing you do want to be careful though is when you're holding the model, you don't want to hold it by the top pieces where the missile pods are, because they all fit into a single line right there, and if you move it around too much, they will become loose and it will fall off. It fell off during the making of this video, so I had to like stop and reset everything. But yes, the Dendrobium is a phenomenal model. Wouldn't recommend using not using the stand, and I think for the price, for about $10 to $15 wherever you find it, it's definitely worth it. You could definitely add more panel lines to it, you could add more scribing to it, you could even paint it if you want to. Out of all three of them, this one is by far my favorite one, and again, it's because the Val Val Lo is like building a little crab, and the Nuez Zeal has too many fragile pieces. I found this one to be Just amount of details, very easy, very pleasant to look at. It's pretty cool. But that's all I have to say about this specific model, y'all. If you have any questions or comments, please post it down in the section below. As always, I appreciate you all for watching, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.